Alright, so I started filming for Unpopular Pokemon TCG Opinions #2, and the more I started doing these clips and stuff, the more I realized I'm pretty much talking about two general things, but it's just like me touching upon a couple topics in it. So I just decided to do this video, but since I'm not doing Unpopular Pokemon TCG Opinions, I want to go ahead and throw in a few clips that I already recorded. I apologize, there is vulgar in a couple of them. Vulgarity? Is that the word? I don't know, here they are. Crying on Burbank City is not going to solve all of your problems. People that use stall decks are pussies. Shuckle GX is a punk bitch. DCE isn't broken. You just suck. Detective Pikachu looks terrible, and at this point it's pretty obvious that they're just milking it for everything they can. I mean, come on, have you guys seen the products? Jesus. Alright, so over the past couple, I guess, like, weeks or so, pretty much ever since, like, the whole DCE controversy started, I started noticing a trend, like, an absolute, just utter trend of people just, like, complaining, crying, and then like other stuff on Pokemon's in, all kinds of stuff just starts culminating. And it was like people like me, people that see the bigger picture, people that wait to cry about stuff. You know, we don't immediately get on the internet and start typing away and stuff. And I actually remember when the internet used to be cool, like the internet used to be a fun place. Now it's like just a big place where people go cry, and you know, there's stuff about Donald Trump and what he does and the dumb stuff he says. What's that hashtag again? Oh. And then also on top of that, it's just like a big, giant depth of depression. It's like, you know, yes, there's some good stuff here and there, but most of the time it's like depressing news, you know? And unfortunately, that's what the internet's become these days. It's become this, like, this big, giant platform to see what our incompetent president does, for people to cry on. It's just annoying. And I noticed that's translated to the Pokemon community. Good God, the Pokemon community. For some reason, I don't know where this came from, but the Pokemon TCG community has become one of the biggest community of babies I've ever seen in my life. Like, for real, I get on there and I see people crying about they want a ban list for this, that card's too broken, that deck's too good, that card over there needs to go. And it's just absolutely annoying. It's like, at this point, I'm sitting here reading these people's comments. I'm sitting there reading what they're talking about and stuff. And I'm like, why the hell are you still playing if you just flat out don't enjoy the game anymore? And I'm actually going to touch upon a couple points here in this video. I don't know what I'm going to title this yet, but I might want to say this here now. I'm not going to be talking about decks. I'm not going to be talking about the broken cards in the format. I'm not going to be talking about any of that. I'm going to be touching upon two different points that I feel are the actual problem of the Pokemon TCG. That being the expanded format, and that being the tournament format. I feel like these are easily the two biggest things in the entire Pokemon TCG community, everything, period, that's it. I feel like these are two of the biggest issues, and they need to be addressed, guys. Woo! If G Fuel ever sponsors me, I'll do stuff like that without any second thought. So Pokemon released the ban list, and they took away, I think it was the Unknown with the damage effect, and they also took away the Maxie's Hidden Ball Trick. And this caused a gigantic uproar among the Pokemon TCG community because this isn't the ban list they wanted. The people that have been crying for Zoroark to get banned, and DCE to get banned, and that to get banned, and that to get banned, this to get banned, that to get banned, that over there to get banned, they weren't happy. They were on there, they were typing away, they were going all keyboard warrior. Oh my god, this ban list is trash! Because for some reason people really think trash is like an actual insult. To me, that is a god-awful insult. To me, the people that use the insult trash sound like this. Yeah, bro, you're trash. I'm gonna go play Fortnite and look up boobs. Cause I'm a virgin! Boy, this video got really off topic, did it? Alright, now since I'm talking about the ban list, I'm talking about like expanded theme stuff, I feel like that's probably what I should talk about next. So yeah, expanded, I'm gonna just kind of come out and say it. I'm gonna be blunt, I'm just gonna speak my mind on it. I think expanded is the most pointless thing in a TCG ever. Like, I honestly do. I don't understand the point of it. And the reason behind that is, why on earth are players having to go compete at these big, large regional tournaments? I'll get to the tournament format here in a second. But why are players having to go to these expanded tournaments to qualify for the biggest tournament of the year that's standard? It doesn't make any sense. Why am I going to go play all these expanded tournaments that are a completely different format to go qualify way over yonder for Worlds, which is standard? Why? And then I see people griping about it. I see people going, oh man, expanded sucks, expanded's horrible, expanded's trash, expanded's this, expanded's that. If you don't like expanded, then don't play it. No one's like twisting your arm. No one is forcing you to play expanded. You're doing that on your own self. Okay, at that point, it's like, if you're going to go play expanded, then don't bitch. I mean, that's plain and simple. Now, if you're sitting there trying to grind for championship points and you're trying to do this, you're trying to do that, I can understand to an extent, but at the same time, you're doing that to yourself. I mean, let's just be real. Honestly, though, like, we can all admit the one reason why Expanded's even a thing. Because Pokemon's making that money. This is like $10. Pokemon's making that money. No joke, I feel like, honestly, if Expanded just got removed completely, it would solve a bunch of problems. I think that it is honestly an incredibly pointless format. This game was not built to have a format like that where there's a bunch of sets and there's a ban list and it sounds like another game that I'm not going to say the name of or mention or anything like that, but you know, it sounds a whole lot like another card game. I mean, there's a bunch of sets, there's a ban list, there's a toxic community behind it. This video is specifically targeted to the people that were like, oh, Dylan, you're too monotone in your fuck you. I keep really getting off topic, don't I? Like, it's bad. Like, you can tell my ADD showing. I'm sitting there talking about a topic. I'm like, ooh, puppy. Okay, so the ban list in, you know, Expanded is targeting the fact that, no joke, Pokemon was a game made for, we got some sets, they rotate out, we bring some new stuff in, the old stuff kind of dwindles, and it's like this ongoing cycle to where not only is the game evolving, pun intended, but also Pokemon's still able to make money, they're still able to keep it going. And for some reason, someone, it's probably like Clark from accounting, was like, hey guys, I got an idea. We need to make Expanded. That would be a great idea. I think it'd be a really great idea if we make it to where we have 30 sets and then we can just make a ban list. We can just get rid of stuff that's too overpowered. I don't understand it, but you know, like, I feel like if the community is so anti-Expanded, why is it even still a thing? You know, yes, Pokemon's going to make money off it, but when you really think about it, like, do they care more about money or do they care about the players? Obvious answer. But I feel like Expanded is a thing that I don't feel personally needs to be in the game. I feel like it is a very, very, very pointless format. I still call Standard the real format. I mean, honestly, the people that gripe about the current Standard format, and and all that, this is targeting them. The people that hate the Standard format definitely did not play during the times of 4-catcher without the flip. You couldn't play anything in your deck that was a tech. You couldn't. You know, like Stage 2 decks really couldn't function. I mean, it was a nightmare, guys. And now I feel like this format compared to that one is a little more healthy. I mean, just because one deck type specifically is doing the best, I don't think that justifies a ban. You know, back in the day, you know, Lux Chomp was a really good deck that was dominating, and I didn't get on the internet and keyboard warrior way. I didn't cry about it. I went to tournaments and I played it. I learned how to adapt. I learned how to play against it. And honestly, you know, like I said, my unpopular opinion saying, people that play stall decks are pussies. I mean, let's just be real with you. I mean, like, they go travel these events, they manipulate the clock, they take the fun out of the game. You know, it's not the card's fault, it's the community, you know. And I'm gonna kind of touch upon, like, the defense. I'm gonna be defending these crybabies. I'm gonna be defending these people getting on the internet and bawling their eyes out instead of just moving on from the game. Because if it's to the point where, like, you're bitching more than you're having fun, maybe you need to rethink, you know, whether or not you want to be in this game. Alright, now we're going to be touching upon probably my favorite thing to complain about in the Pokemon TCG. I could literally go on about this for hours. I talk about this all the time. I mention it when I can on purpose because I know it, one, pisses people off, and two, I think very strongly of this opinion. I hold on to this opinion like the unborn child I don't want. You know, I think about this a lot. You know, I even sit there and wonder how could we improve this. And I'm going to be talking about the tournament format. Now, yes, I will admit, there is some justification behind the people crying on the internet to an extent. I don't think crying on the internet solves all. Well, yeah, it does. Let's be real. It's 2019. Of course it does. It's kind of sad how like strong of a fucking force crying on the internet has become. But anyway, moving on from that. The tournament format, I feel, is utter butt cheeks. It is terrible, it is awful, it is trash, as people like to say. Okay. So, Pokemon has given us this amazing, awesome decision. They're like, okay, players, Pokemon trainers alike, do you guys want to go to your locals or do you want to go to regionals? You make your pick. Do you want to go to League Challenges and League Challenges 2.0 that people don't travel really at all for compared to cities and Battle Roads back in the day because of, you know, the championship point stuff? I will admit, people do travel for them. I've seen, you know, League Cups have some pretty big numbers. But compared to what I used to see, compared to what I seen back in the day, it's nothing compared to that. People are like, the big players are like, we're going to go to regionals, we're going to do our thing there, we're going to qualify for worlds, we're going to sweep up these smaller tournaments and stuff. Whereas, like, back in the day, man, it was like you had cities, you had battle roads, you had states, you had regionals, you had nationals, you had stuff going on all the time. I don't care what anyone says. I've even had people tell me that league challenges and league cups are better than battle roads and cities. You are smoking something that you need to put down, because that is not the case at all. Honestly, like, I'll be real with you guys. I hate league challenges. I really do. I hate them. I mean, like, no joke. I've even traveled to out-of-town league challenges before, like on my own free time, and people don't travel for them, really. I mean, like, some places I've gone to, they barely even had, like, enough for a tournament, and it's ridiculous. It's like, you know, if you do want to play Pokemon, and yes, I'm going to talk about money here in a second, you know, and, like, I don't know, like, for some reason money just sparks people's anger, but if I want to go play Pokemon in a large setting, I don't want to have to pay out the ass for it. I don't want to have to go pay this giant hotel fee, and I don't have to go do this, like go pay this giant entry fee and all this stuff. And then on top of that, cards are getting more and more expensive, man. Like, I remember, like, you used to be able to just, like, drive an hour or so and go compete like a $5 to $10 tournament, and you got decent prizes out of it. I'm not trying to win, guys. I'm trying to have fun, okay? I'm not trying to go dominate and dick on these regional tournaments. I want to go to some smaller ones, maybe make top cut, go to a tournament, leave, go get something to eat with my friends, hang out, go home, and talk about it. You know, I'm wanting, like, these one-day event tournaments, you know, like I had back when I first started. Like, what made me fall in love with this game, what's making me stay in this game, is the memories that I hold on to, that I've had with my friends, the people I've met in this game that have become really close personal buddies of mine, you know? And I feel like this tournament format just sucks. It really sucks for the casual players that don't want to dump, like, a ton of money into it, because the only time we can ever play is these regional tournaments. And, like, I've seen people talk about this. I'm not the only one that feels like this, but league challenges and league cups suck. They suck. They are horrible compared to what we used to have. State tournaments, I love state tournaments. Those were my favorite tournaments to go to. They had one in Oklahoma and they had one at States, and it was these giant tournaments that were a weekend apart. After Christmas was done, we had a big cities marathon where there was cities on, like, day after day after day after day after day that people traveled to because it was the big marathon tournament. They weren't overly expensive. You traveled, like, sometimes you travel, like, maybe like an hour and a half tops for it. But, like, they were fun. They were amazing. They were what I loved to do. And I can't do that anymore, because if I want to go play Pokemon, I have to pay an ass ton of money just for the tournament itself, not the cards or anything like that. And I don't think that is the right thing to do. It seems like this game has just been on a horrible, horrible decline ever since money got introduced to it. It's like somewhere along the way, Pokemon were like, you know what, instead of being that family-friendly, fun game that we're going to focus on trying to make more money now, you know, and we're going to just take advantage of the fact that we have the big Pokemon banister on it. You know, we're going to do this and that to make more money. I just don't like that, guys. I feel like that is the wrong way to go. And, you know, like these players that complain and cry and go on the internet, they don't have much of a choice. You know, if you guys want to go to Worlds, you guys want to go do this and that, you're forced to play Expanded. You're forced to play these tournaments because that's the only options they give you. And I hate that. I feel like that is the wrong way to go. I feel like they could do something completely different. I don't understand what was wrong with Battle Roads, what was wrong with cities. They took away states and such, and like, it's like that's the only option really if you want a big mass amount of points, man. And I hate it, guys. I absolutely hate it. I hate getting on there and seeing that, like, so many people are starting to despise the game that like really helped me out a lot in life. You know, I met some great people, and I started prioritizing stuff in my life, you know, to where, like, I was getting out of bad situations. I was getting out of a bad lifestyle. You know, people want me to go do stuff on Friday night that I really shouldn't have been doing at that time, but I was like, no, man, I can't. I have Pokemon in the morning. I got to go do that. And it really helped me out, you know, like during school and stuff, you know, it was like, I'm going to get my homework done. I want to get all this stuff done, and I'm going to play Pokemon this weekend. I'm going to have a good time, you know, and then, like, we had Saturday and Sunday tournaments at times, man. It sucks, man. It really sucks. I hate the tournament format, and I can't stress how much I'm just anti-locals versus regionals, and that's really what this tournament format is. It honestly sucks. So to summarize all this up, guys, I know that, like, there's nothing really else I can touch upon with it. I've said this in multiple videos. I've talked about this in other things, but I feel like expanded and the tournament format itself are literally the two main issues in the Pokemon TCG right now. And you know, that's something that I personally feel, and I hope that down the road it changes. You know, like I talked about it, I think expanded is pointless because you do all these expanded tournaments to go qualify for a standard event at the end of the year. So, you know, and then the tournament format, you guys just heard me go on and on about it. I hate that format. I think it sucks. I think it just really ruins the fun for casual players and the players that just want to have a good time, you know. And like they're like, if you want to go play Pokemon, they're basically telling us and children and stuff like, oh, you guys want to go play all these players and stuff? Well, you got to go spend money on a hotel fee and all this stuff, blah blah blah. You can't go do like these little chill tournaments and stuff anymore. So that's just my take on it, guys. You know, and if you disagree with me, disagree with me. I completely understand. You know, that's you know, that's your opinion. I respect it. But yeah, that's gonna do it for me. Hope you guys did enjoy the video. If you did, make sure to give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you're not subscribed. I actually live in a house now, so I can yell, I can be loud, I can talk however I want. So yeah, I'm gonna take advantage of that. But anyway, thank you guys all so much for watching. Take care. I love you, and this is Epic Pokemon TCG signing out.